Freddy's dead. I think the subtitle for this movie should have been Freddy's Dead, Weird Tonal Problems. Because this thing is all over the place, even the opening. The Nightmare movies love beginning with quotes from works of art smarter than they are, and this one is no different. Nietzsche? Really? Nietzsche? Not even one of the easy quotes either. We get the deep philosophical meditation on dreams, immediately followed by a Freddy quote, Welcome to prime time, bitch. It's like the movie saw everyone getting nervous and went, Don't worry, we're still idiots. Funny story, I had somehow blended Freddy's Dead and Drop Dead Fred together in my head over the years, so I spent the first 10 minutes wondering when Phoebe Cates was going to show up. Needless to say, I was disappointed. Now, this movie has the energy of an ADHD kid who is 3 Capri Suns in and refusing to go to bed. The first 5 minutes also gives us Final Destination, Freddy riding on a flying broom, Night on Bald Mountain, a post apocalyptic opening crawl delivered like we're watching Escape from New York, Ohio edition, and cartoon physics. Oh, and Amnesia Joe! Any one of these ideas, sure. All of them before the opening credits, I can only assume the writers were doing lines of cocaine off of each other's backs and nobody in the room remembered the phrase no. John Doe wanders into a youth shelter with no memory except that sleeping is a bad choice. And then we meet Carlos, Spencer, and Tracy. These three might actually be the best developed group of nightmare teens since Dream Warriors. They have personalities, they have histories, they have problems besides currently being murdered. It's progress. Even weirder, the social workers are good? They're protecting the kids, advocating for them, trying to help them. Excuse me, are we sure this is a nightmare movie? Usually the adults in this franchise have the survival instincts of decorative lawn furniture. Ooh, and Yaphet Kotto is here. You probably know him from Alien, among about a million other things. And he immediately became my favorite character because he's competent, which in a horror movie is basically putting on a shirt that says, Please kill me before the third act, except he lives! Doc survives! I was so happy. Maggie takes John Doe back to Springwood to recover his memories, and those three tag along because nobody has learned returning to cursed murder towns is a bad idea. Springwood has become this weird, goofy, prototype version of Children of Men mixed with Twin Peaks. There are no children. All the adults have completely lost it. Roseanne is here for some reason. The vibes are terrible. Leave immediately. And then we get the first big Freddy lore reveal. Apparently, Freddy had a child, and social services took them away. Which, yeah, that's generally what happens when you're a serial child murderer. But before we move on, can we please talk about the chalkboard timeline? Apparently, Freddy influenced the stock market crash, the atomic bomb, and Elvis. I'm sorry, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki attempt failed? What does that mean? The butterfly effect from that one sentence would completely rewrite modern history, but the movie just keeps walking like it didn't casually imply Freddy Krueger altered world politics. Stuff like this happens constantly. Little background details, throwaway jokes, random mythology. The movie clearly expects you to shrug and move on. Unfortunately for them, I have paused the movie and opened 17 Wikipedia tabs. Back in Springwood, we get the kills. Carlos's is honestly really sad. The movie does an okay job establishing his deafness before Freddy turns his hearing aid against him. It's cruel, it's personal, and it feels like classic Freddy. And then Spencer smokes a little weed, and Freddy reacts like the kid just dropped acid at Woodstock. Calm down, he ain't one gummy bear too many. He's gonna want Doritos in 20 minutes, not transcend reality. This is also where Freddy fully transforms into Bugs Bunny with knives. The cartoon sound effects, the slapstick, video game stuff, the power glove, Freddy vision, it's just a lot. It's like somebody said, What if Looney Tunes had a real body count? And John Doe eventually dies too after discovering he's not Freddy's kid like he thought, because Freddy actually had a daughter, and surprise, it's Maggie. Freddy needed a blood relative to escape Springwood. Since when? That has literally never been the rules, but this movie's understanding of continuity is whatever helps us reach the next scene. Back at the shelter, everyone has forgotten Spencer and Carlos ever existed because Freddy can erase people from memories now. Sure, why not? At this point, I'd have believed Freddy caused the invention of Pop Tarts. Doc remembers them though, because Doc is apparently a better dream master than Alice. Sorry, Alice. Eventually, we end up with the franchise's favorite solution: bring Freddy into the real world and kill him. Again, guys, we have been trying to stab this man for 6 movies. If anything, it seems to make him stronger. Maybe workshop a new strategy. The finale is Unhinged. Maggie suddenly becomes incredibly good at throwing ninja stars. Doc rips an entire door off its hinges. Freddy loses his glove, and I'm screaming, "Put it on! Let the final girl wear the glove!" And she does! I love it. And then Dream Demons, or as I prefer to call them, Nightmare Koi. Apparently, Freddy wasn't just a child murderer, he was a child murderer who got recruited by floating nightmare fish. They appear, declare, "You shall be forever." Forever what? You stop mid sentence. Finish the damn prophecy. Freddy also desperately wants us to feel sorry for him. "I was abused. They took my daughter." Buddy, you had a secret basement full of murdered children. Your wife found it and you killed her. Nobody is buying the poor little meow meow routine. Least of all, Maggie. So Freddy explodes into dream glitter? Nightmare confetti? Whatever that CGI effect was supposed to be. Maggie delivers the line, "Freddy's dead," which I guess proves quipping is genetic. Overall, I liked this better than part 5. It's still not good. It is trying to be a horror movie, a comedy, a fantasy movie, a cartoon, a family drama, an origin story, and a mythological epic all at the same time, and that is exhausting. But I also wasn't bored. Every 5 minutes I was saying, "Wait, what are they doing now?" And honestly, that might be the most accurate review of Freddy's Dead I can give. Oh, and actually, I already reviewed Freddy vs. Jason during my Friday the 13th binge, so if you're looking for that, it's already up on my page. Next up is New Nightmare. I heard Wes Craven decided to make Freddy scary again, so after whatever this was, I'm ready for that.